It is another brand new week, and welcome to another brand new episode of our weekly devotion with yours truly. This is Bethany Hamilton. This is also Bethany Hamilton. Did you notice the difference in both pictures of her? Yes, her left arm is missing in the second picture. Well, in 2003, Hawaiian surfer Bethany Hamilton was just 13 years old, and she lost her left arm in a shock attack while surfing in Hawaii. After losing 2/3 of her blood, her life and future in surfing was anything but guaranteed. Surfing with one arm is a tall order, and doing so professionally is nearly impossible. But has a big but here. When you combine unthinkable passion, unrelenting resilience, and the desire to fulfill lifelong goals, the impossible seems a little bit more feasible. You see, miraculously, just 26 days after the attack, she was back on her board. And 2 years later, after the attack, she then became a national champion. Whew. Bethany Hamilton refused to let her story become a tragedy. Well, from her story, let's learn about the 3 keys that lead to resilience. Number 1, the first key to resilience is adaptability. See, being adaptable means working without boundaries and being open to finding diverse and unexpected solutions to problems and challenges in your life. See, without limitation that's blocking us, without limitation on our thinking and action, challenges become something not to dread, but to seize and enjoy working through. Well, Bethany Hamilton learned to adapt to her handicap and balance her body weight in order to surf the wave. So she then adapt herself to her handicap, and she eventually became a champion. Can you imagine that? Number 1, the first key is adaptability. Second key is to have that belief. There is something else about Bethany Hamilton. See, Bethany's faith proved crucial in her return to the sport. And this is what she said in one of the interviews that she gave. When tough times come my way, I definitely rely on my faith in God and just be like, hey God, I just know why I lost my arm, but I'm going to trust you and know that good can come from this situation. You see, her belief in God helps her to overcome through her depression and her handicap. So adaptability, belief, and number 3, centering is the ABC of resilience. Centering. Learning how to center in ourselves is perhaps the most critical skills most people never learn. Maybe we are not aware of it. You see, centering is about finding that sweet spot so that we are not being thrown off balance in times of crisis. See, if I want to balance this thing, I must find a sweet spot in order for me to make sure that I can balance this. Now, when I'm able to balance this, that means I have found the center. I'm able to create that balance here. Well, Joseph Campbell, in his book, The Power of Myth, wrote that in every one of us, there's a center of quietness within, which has to be known and held like this. If we lose that center, we are in tension and begin to fall apart. When we are out of our center, we don't trust ourselves either. And so in order for me to balance this, I must find a sweet spot, that center that I can learn how to balance. Learn to center our lives on God, from whom all blessings of peace flow. In other words, stop comparing yourself with others, especially during stormy times. This is Bethany today. Seen here with her husband and 2 children. In fact, she now had 3. She continues to be an inspiration to thousands of people because A, she was adaptable. B, she had a strong belief in our God. C, she learned to center herself so that she can learn to be balanced. You know what? God can, she can, and so can you. Have a great week ahead. And by the way, Merry Christmas.